Yeah, so what must he do?
See, you asked her a simple question, but she's so like defensive and abrupt.
And I wasn't even rude with it either. I said, you know where God's chosen? Not where I am. I don't know about
They
you.
hate the spirit.
You know what? Yeah, like just because you're part of that chosen, there's a remnant of that chosen. Yeah, are you the chosen within the chosen? That's what you need to worry about, man. Yeah, because nothing that chosen, 2/3 of that chosen, is going to be unchosen in that fire, man.
Since 1 Chronicles 16 and 11 says, seek the Lord Yahweh and his strength, seek his face continually.
That's right, that's right. That's right. Yeah, continually.
Another scripture that states to seek him while he's yet may be found.
Yeah, Isaiah 55.
I got a precept quickly as well, and I put it on my WhatsApp yesterday. Sister. Isaiah 65 and 8, it says, thus saith Yahweh, as new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. So, you know, God knows.
As I say, who's that cluster talking about? That's the elect, man.
That's right. That's right.
It says, for a blessing is in it. So will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all.
Servants.
Yeah. A lot of our brothers and sisters will be destroyed, man.
That's right, because you don't want to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
But he's going to not destroy the whole cluster for his servants' sake, man. The ones that are diligently trying to search him out, man.
Read that first part again.
It says, thus saith Yahweh, as a new wine is found in the cluster.
New wine. He can hold on to that old wine. Yeah, I'm chosen. No, but have you got the new wine though?
Exactly the point. And one saith, destroy it not.
Don't keep telling you, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Old wine, man.
A blessing is in it. That's the elect, man. That's what the elect say. So will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all.
Where are you?
Isaiah 65.
Get 25 and 12.
Those boundaries,
They're going to be squashed. I say a good fruit can't bear, a good tree can't bear bad fruit. 25 and 12.
Yeah. Isaiah 25 and 12. And the fortress of the high fort of thy walls.
Let me try and find out. It's 25 still.
A lot of our own people are going to come against us in that day, man. That's read, it says we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities, man. Some of our brothers and sisters have got those demons, like, those heavy spirits, heavy satanic or demonic spirits. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, and verse 12, and it reads, For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for the Lord Yahweh will go before you.
It's not a rush thing, man. Just take your time. Can't Jake love walk slow. It says, for Yahweh, the Lord, will go before you, Yahweh Shai.
It says, for ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahweh will go before you, and the power of Israel will be your reward.
Rearwood. Yeah, it's
Rearwood. Yeah, rearwood.
It's just how they did it. So like reward, yeah, it's actually rearwood. When you look up the strongest one, it's rearwood.
Rearwood.
It's how they spell it. Just how they spell it. You get the strongest total rearwood. See, rear guard. But they just spell it. Yeah, so read that again now.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 12. For ye shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will go before you, and the power of Israel will be your rearwood.
Which means rear guard.
So, which also means you got the edge back on you.
Yes.
You got the edge back. Yeah. Front and back, man. Covered. Yeah. Yes. Second Maccabees 2. 50 to 51.
I've read it.
No, first Maccabees.
Yeah.
First Maccabees 2, 50 to 51.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it says for the covenant of your fathers, man. You're not doing this for foolishness or for nothing. It says for the covenant of your fathers. And what comes with that? The glory, the promises.
Romans 9.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
The main thing as well is to please Yahweh Hashem. Right. That's the main thing. Obviously, we want our sins blotted out, we want our sins forgiven. But the reason we were created in the first place was to serve Yahweh Hashem. That He may be glorified. So it goes back to Yahweh Hashem. That's what we should be aiming to please Him.
And you see, and to add on to what the brother says, when we please him, you know what he does? He pleases us.
Makes our ways prosperous.
When you read Deuteronomy 28 and 1, let's say, keep his commandments and I'll put you above. He didn't say to keep them for the sake of keeping them. There was a reward to doing it. So when we please him, he rewards us. Isn't it?
And that live means for what? For I will love you.
That's right. And it's life, man. Not like we're not living right back now. You know? So that life that he looks to give us is actual life. You know? Taking the I will love him out of it, you just be able to live like how you're meant to live. When you read Luke 1, I think it's let me get it. Come to the
Imagine that, man. Actually, living. Like you said, like we believe, majority of our people believe they live in life, man, living their best life, and like meditate on that.
They're unliving their
we're
best
not
life.
living actually. Out of everyone now, like, we know that out of everyone we're alive, spiritually alive. To have it encompass the physical and the spiritual together, man.
Yeah.
To meditate on that is crazy, man. It's like wow.
Luke 1. And I'll start at 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, give your life for the covenant of your fathers, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant on us, that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear. Now we can properly live and serve the Most High.
And that's that. Like I said, that's the point. To serve Yahweh Hashem.
He says, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our lives.
No, go on, drop it.
Read it over again.
Yeah.
Book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Yeah, that covenant of our fathers, man.
And give your
it says,
life.
be zealous. Like, it's not like, when you're zealous for something, it's like you give everything to have that.
You gotta want it.
Yeah, you want it, man. It's like, you just disregard everything else. This is what I want.
That's why it says for us to meditate day and night, because that's the frame of mind we got to be in. If you really want something, that's what you're going to be thinking
And
about.
that's why it says, be ye faithful unto death.
Endure it to the end.
Yeah.
Constantly endure.
That's right.
Got that word zealous.
Yeah, beat it up.
It's the word zealous. It says full of zeal in the service of a person or cause.
You see?
It says the sense of fervent, inspired.
Being hot.
Being on fire, like the old NBA.
Yeah.
You start getting a few dunks, then the ball turns on fire, man, because they want it. You can see they want it.
It says passionate, marked by active interest and enthusiasm.
You see? So that's an action there, man. So read that again.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
That's right. Yeah, make this your be all and end all, man. Go on.
Verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
Yeah, scriptures are written for our learning.
So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name.
You see? 61 to 64.
Verse 61. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
You see that? Go on. Down to
62?
No, yeah, down to 64.
Verse 64.
No.
All the way, I'll just read it through, yeah. Verse 62. Fear not them, the words of a sinful man.
See? So throughout the scriptures, the Most High is telling, fear thou not, fear not them. Why? Because he's the controller over everything anyway. He has the final say on what happens to your spirit.
Verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man.
Yeah.
For his
Oh, if you don't take this, I'm gonna kill you. Or, you know, your family's gonna be in dire straits. So?
Like the Most High said, he's not going to give us that spirit of fear.
That's right.
You're following, but of a sound mind, so you're not even going to be fearless in this place. If you seeking out of the book and he puts that spirit on you, you ain't going to fear this place no more.
And we have our forefathers to look at as examples, man. The sisters got the foremothers.
Fair because your fair is owed to your Yahweh. The fair of your Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. So if you're fearing anything else, you're giving that thing
The power.
Exactly.
And Yahushua said that. Now he said that fear not them which can kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather fear him that can kill both soul and body himself.
This is what this place feeds off, and they harness your energy, and fear is what they like. What comes into mind is that movie It. You know, anything that you fear is what is going to manifest itself to you.
And that gave him more strength.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, that's what it is. Whatever your fear is, and that's why it's called It. And they'll just
Yeah, the Most High will take your very same delusions and
Play
use it
back
against you.
That's right. We say I would choose their delusions.
because you didn't serve him, so he's going to send that upon you, and you're going to have the fear of this place, man.
Like you said, we know what? That Yahweh is a jealous power.
That's right.
And the
That's
brother
right.
said, you're giving your honor unto another.
Exactly.
Your respect.
First
And go on.
Maccabees chapter 2 verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms.
So, his glory is going to be a load of shit.
Verse 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man,
That's right.
for his glory shall be dung
Be a
and
load of
worms.
A load of
Ain't gonna be there, ain't gonna be SHIT, that's
right.
Ain't gonna be nothing, man.
Verse 63. Today he shall be lifted up.
Which we see that now. Esau is lifted up to that higher state. But we know that when the scripture says he shall perish forever, man.
Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not
And that's
be
the same.
found.
Yeah, so even when you look at these stars, man, today they're lifted up. Tomorrow, where are they? You know? When Master says, well, we don't need you no more, you know? That's why you have to seek the kingdom, man.
That's why in Psalm 75 it says promotion comes not from the east
That's
or the
right,
south or
that's
the north,
right.
but it's the Most High actually.
right,
You know, so you can go to these Amalekite, you can go to Amalek, you can go to all these other nations to try and get your promotion and feel like you're lifted up. But ultimately, it's the Most High that's letting you have that for now,
And that's temporary.
and that's temporary, and that's just the blessings that Satan gives you, like
That's
he did in
right.
Yahweh Shai, like we said earlier.
Yeah, he tried to tempt me, I was shy.
Most High is going to, set down one and bring up for another. Man.
Do you see that?
Yeah,
Due season.
one that is profitable. Yeah, go on.
Verse 63. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his force is come to nothing.
It's the base.
He said, back to the
Back to the
base.
base.
No, most times he told them what, that he will curse the serpent and have him on his belly.
That's
in the
right.
dust, man.
Back eating the dirt,
That's
man.
where he belongs.
Yeah, that snake that he is, man.
That's right.
That serpent that he is, man, back on the floor, wiggling around, eating dust,
Edit.
you know,
Praying.
That lower state.
hiding in the grass, you know.
Snake in the grass.
Yeah, that's right.
Green snake in the green grass.
Verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men
That's right.
in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
It says by it.
Right,
Yeah, it says, wherefore ye my sons, be valiant and show yourselves men
That's right.
in behalf of the Lord. Our people want to show or try and show themselves to be men for foolishness, you know, for women, for pride, you know, for money, for a piece of land match you don't even own. You know what I'm saying?
Alpha
Postcode. Yeah. You know, it says, but for it says, show yourself men in behalf of the Lord. For by it, meaning the things that's written in this book. Yeah, this book of the law should not depart from your mouth. It says, for by it shall you obtain glory. Yeah?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verses 25 to 27, and it reads, Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also.
Yeah, so when you want to lose patience, don't want to endure, you know what you do? You're forsaking the Most High, because it says, my counsel shall stand. Does that mean you don't believe nothing that he says then? So, to hell with you, that's what he's saying.
Says the unfaithful shall die.
That in their unfaithfulness, that's right.
When ye desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you.
That's why it says that's why it says make no tarry, man.
To turn to the
Make
Lord.
no tarry, man, because all of a sudden, like when it says peace and safety,
Sudden destruction.
all of a sudden, man, you can be destroyed, man, when you think it least, when you think that you're a good case. That's when the Most High is going to come visit you, man.
The thing about it, it may sound harsh, but understanding that, that's mercy. Heavenly Father's actually giving you fair warning.
That's right.
He's letting you know that if you don't take heed, man, these are the things that will happen.
Yeah.
That's mercy.
Well, the grace period is there, so who can't say it's mercy?
When it says as well, many are called, like we call out through the, because we're just mouthpieces for
That's
Yahweh
right.
Hashem
That's
Yahshua, so
right.
we be
That's
calling out. And there's brothers everywhere be calling out, man, and that's the calling that you've been called. Like that's why it says many are called. We called you to this truth, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, but you didn't want to hearken like the brother was reading, man. So, like the brother said, this is the grace period, but you've been called, you didn't want to hearken, man. So, you know, that's going to lead to your demise, man.
You turn your back, he's going to turn his back.
I didn't get 26, just go back to 25.
Yeah.
Verse 25.
Right.
Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you
Yeah,
also.
you didn't want to be that sheep. That ain't no prey. You didn't want to be that worm. Not realizing that, look, there's Yahweh at the front, Yahweh Shai covering the rear. Like, you know, it's just temporal and it's a trick bag. That's what it is, man. You being the sheep and the wolf is a trick bag. Yeah, you getting ready to metamorphose. Yeah.
When ye desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you.
That goes into Proverbs 1 where it says, I will laugh at their calamity and will mock when their fair cometh. Yeah.
Verse 26. Whensoever he shall call upon me, I will not hear you.
Let me feel as well, like the brother said.
Oh yeah.
No, I ain't trying to hear that.
I will not hear you, for ye have defiled your hand with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter.
And that's Jake, you know, to run into wickedness, man. And it goes back again to that witchcraft that our people like to listen to. You know, puts you in the wrong spirit. Music puts spirits on you, and it can take spirits on you. Look at King Saul. When he had a spirit on him, what did King David do? Made it up.
To get rid of those demons. You know that music is a heavy demon because all we listen to in this community is rap music. And what are people doing after listening to that? No, they're talking about I was just going to say as well, you see about the music putting spirits, that's all they pump in these communities, is rap music, you know, drugs, kill your brother, go have sleep with the brother's girlfriend, kill each other, go sleep with, and then what are our brothers doing? They're doing the same thing, so it is a heavy spirit that is upon our people, man. That's why you got to try to kind of avoid that music, because all of these things put spirit. Everything puts a spirit on you, man. Yep. If you go to the gymnasium too much, it's going to start putting a spirit on you, man.
Listen, if something happens to you, and you listen to, when you're in a vexed state of mind, you're like, I'm going to ride upon him, I'm going to... That's what you end up doing. Yeah, come. All you need is one person. What happened to you? Yeah, let's go get him. Yeah, come. Where's the things? You know what I'm saying? And that's what that spirit on you.
This place is full of spirits, man. That's why there's only one type of spirit that's going to keep you in that sound mind. That's that Dash, man. That's the truth. It's the truth.
That's the class, man. You just read the last precept.
Verse 25.
Read the end of that, though. There's a point I want to read before I it said about manslaughter.
Yeah, verse 23. We want to the end or the whole thing. For ye, Salakia. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, the tail end of verse 26, and it reads, For ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter.
To commit manslaughter.
Yeah.
Now that can mean actually physically, but it's really talking about spiritually, because you teaching your brothers or sisters anything outside of the truth.
That's right.
Is spiritual manslaughter. You're actually leading your brothers and sisters into death.
And I'm going to validate what you said too, because it said blood on your hand. So we know from the scriptures that blood on your hand is if you see your brother in sin and you don't reprove them, the blood is also in your hand.
Right, and the scriptures say that because it says, you that don't love their brother is a murderer.
Exactly.
And you teaching them anything out of the truth,
That's right.
it's not love.
That's right.
So it's death and destruction. So you are not showing love, that's actually showing hate, which means you're a murderer in the eyes of Yahweh Shem. That's right, man.
You shall not suffer sin upon your brother.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, up to 27.
Imagine that, man. Jake's out here committing all sorts of
Verse 27.
spiritual murder, spiritual manslaughter, spiritual suicide.
Spiritual everything unrighteous.
Verse 27. Ye have not, as it were, forsaken me, but your own selves.
Spiritual
You
suicide.
just killed yourself. Congratulations.
I know.
You just killed yourself.
I know.
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 12.
You did it to yourself.
Because you didn't want to listen.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, seek not death in thy era of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands.
And that's spiritual before it's physical. So it's twofold again. Spiritual suicide, man. Which can lead to physical suicide.
And the thing is, Jake actually enjoys it when he's doing it.
Oh, Jake loves to be a victim.
Yeah.
It's manifesting the spirit first.
Yeah.
So you commit spiritual suicide, and then that physical suicide is to follow. The wages of sin, which is the spiritual suicide, is death, in the carnal.
Book of Job, chapter 22, verse 23. if thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up.
Hear that?
Thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles.
Right. That's how you stay away from that spiritual suicide, man.
He said, thou shalt be built up.
Yeah.
But just know, you're going to have to be broken down first.
First, that's right. That's right. That's why the scripture says you have to be born again, man. This is our Sirach 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
This
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 19. I call heaven.
Man, you better read it, sister.
We have you got it.
No, not that one, but
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Because it's a choice. Yeah, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee,
right. See? That's my counsel shall stand. Good.
and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, have driven thee. Verse 2. And shalt return unto the Lord Yahweh thy God power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
Part of that command is either endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Exactly. Thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, meaning put your trust in it.
That's right.
Verse 3. That then the Lord Yahweh, thy God
See
power.
what you have to do? It says then. It's like when you read 1 Kings 8. It says, if you repent and acknowledge that you've done wrong and committed wickedness, then hear down their prayer. So there's things you have to do before you get the actual.
It's called a prerequisite.
Yes, that's right.
Verse 3.
Prenuptial.
You're right, because we're married to Yahweh.
That's
So it's
right.
correct, it is a prenuptial. Verse 3. That then the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, will turn thy captivity.
And this is what we're seeing now. You get some of us that's coming back to who we are, holding that faith, holding down that patience, holding down that endurance. You're right, my brother. Holding down the endurance and seeking the kingdom. Looking to be, we got no problems being that sheep, being that worm. Because we know what the latter end is, man.
Yeah, so turn thy captivity is the biblical terminology for free you from slavery. So that's the way it's written, but it means I will free you or release you from captivity.
And that's also the starting point to trading places.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy movie,
Yeah.
that's right. And have compassion upon thee, I will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, have scattered thee, which is proving that he's actually the architect.
That's right.
For the dispersion. Verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, gather thee.
Like Yahushua says, those that you have given me, I've lost none. Yeah? But
The
those
same
are the
pair of
ones,
hands.
those are the ones that's going to be enduring to the end, man.
And from
And
thence,
he's lost none that's fit for the fire either. It works both ways.
and from thence will he fetch thee. Verse 5. And the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, will bring thee into the land which the fathers possessed. So we know that's a promise now. And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy father.
So who don't want to endure for none of these, man? It says multiply the above thy
Above thy
fathers.
father.
Yeah, that's going back to Adam. Adam was at the top of the pinnacle back then. That's right. We're going to have 2.0 state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The new reformed kingdom. Yeah, where you can't go off.
It would be impossible to go.
Yeah, listen, the scripture says that Adam and Eve, they were both naked and not ashamed. So they were sinless at that point. Then the next chapter, they got deceived. You know? That's not going to happen, man. Yeah, there's no deception coming in these new bodies, man. That's right.
And we'll be able to read minds as well.
See there?
Brothers can do that even here.
Yeah,
At a low level.
Very low level.
You know, you're right. You're right.
Brothers can do that at a low level. So how much more when we're actually
At that
back
level.
at the pinnacle, back at the top?
First estate.
We're not even talking to each other. We're not even looking at each
Yeah, I
other.
know, right?
We're looking at each other.
That's how we say it. Yeah, whoa.
That shows you that the tabernacle of David is being rebuilt.
That's right.
That's right. Actually, let's get that. Amos 9. Amos 9 and 11. And this is... Yeah, shalom.
Oh, shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahshai.
This is Amos.
So now a reason to endure to the end, man. Listen to this.
Oh, we just talk about Dawood, didn't it?
It literally says
That's
Amos 9 and 11. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. And it reads, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof.
That's right.
It says close up the breaches, man.
That's right.
When we're in that new covenant, we know the breach is totally closed now. Yeah? That means it's unbreachable. Yeah, we don't know.
It says,
The 12.
and in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof.
And that tabernacle's been risen right back now. You got them Muppets over there thinking the third tabernacle is going to be some stone building. Where are the stones,
Where
man?
the lively stones, man.
That's
We
right.
are the lively.
It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins. That's us coming back to remembrance.
Them dry bones.
It says, and will build it as in the days of old.
But it's going to be 2.0.
2.0, yeah. The upgrade.
Yeah.
It says, that they may possess the remnant of Edom
That's right.
and all of the heathen.
Yeah. Where it says, to them that overcome will I give power over the nations.
I know. No, I'm on 6. Verse 6. And the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, will circumcise thine heart
That's right.
and the heart of thy seed.
That's the new covenant.
It is. To love the Lord Yahweh. Look.
Oh, yeah.
To love the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, with all thine heart.
But even from back then, Moses was speaking about the new covenant.
Yes.
Like, we're going to go off. I
Yeah.
think it's in Deuteronomy 32 as well. It says, I know that when I'm gone, you lot will go off anyway. But what's going to happen? You're going to bring to remembrance.
Exactly.
Come back.
Yeah.
You know, at some point of time, you're going to go through the new covenant.
Circumcise thine heart.
All that's worth enjoying for,
New
man.
covenant.
That's right.
And the heart of thy seed to love the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, with all thine heart, all your chest, and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
That's right.
Come on, man. Verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, will put all these curses
Trading places, man.
upon thine enemies.
So our people are trying to run from it. That's why they'll go back into the world believing that, I can be
Nehemiah 5
prosperous.
and 9.
Yeah, I can be prosperous. I can do good. No. All that is just a trap. Yeah? All of that is part of the crafty counsel that you're probably going to read about.
Upon thine enemies, And on them that hate thee, Psalms 83 and Nehemiah 5 and 9, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, bro, that sounds good.
Alright. You want to bring out? Let him do his thing and I'll bring out.
83, 2 to 5.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 2. It says, For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And this is why we're those sheeps and those worms, man. But we've got all these other nations taking crafty counsel against us.
It says, and consume. Salakia, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
That's right.
The UN, the Bilderberger, all these crafty councils.
What's that?
G7.
Money,
G7,
what's
yeah.
that money thing? What's that? The money. Well,
IMF.
The one
yeah, IMF. Yeah.
Intermonetary Fund.
Those are all crafty counsel.
All of them are
against us,
crafty
man.
councils.
It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And part of the way is through all the things they throw at us, man.
That's right.
Keep us away from our customs.
That's right.
You know, so that we don't want to endure. We try to endure in carnal things.
And that's how you know.
Go on.
So see, that's how you know that this story is about Yahbashim Yahushua and the elect, man.
That's right.
Because how they've created their system, like say that crafty council, is everything goes against the children of Israel. Everything is designed to not let us know who we are.
And that's witchcraft.
That's in the Black Coast as well. Right? To prove what the brother's saying, when you look at the American Constitution, which was written in 1776, and it stated that all men are equal, our people were in slavery. The Gadites were in slavery. What was the other one? The indigenous aborigines were in slavery. So that's 3 different groups of people were in slavery. So it's just validating what.
Then we was 3/5.
That's the point.
And like you always bring out, you know, that so-called being black doesn't hold up in court. You're a nobody.
Yeah, you're non-existent.
Non-entity.
Yeah, you're a shade in a crayon box.
It says they have taken Psalms 83 and 3.
That's right.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
That's right.
That crafty counsel goes into their witchcraft, man.
That's right.
The diligent search that you read about in
That they
Psalms
accomplished.
64, yeah.
That's why it said craft.
Yeah,
Because the
it's a
craft
craft.
they practice in is
Craft.
witchcraft.
That's right. And so it leads back to the music again. You know, and those kind of things, like for them to elevate him, Kanye, when he said, oh, I had to sacrifice my mom. You know, talk about all these others that sacrifice mother, father, sister, brother, daughter, uncle.
And that's how Esau tried to play the Most High.
That's right.
Because what the Most High requires blood, Esau doing the same on the left-hand side.
That's right.
It says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation that the name of Yasha Allah or Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent.
That's right.
So none of the heathen are exempt.
Yeah,
No.
They used their power of veto to push through the bill.
Where it says,
One consent.
what one nation is not other part.
That's right.
Yeah.
It says they are confederate against thee.
United nation.
Then it goes into saying the names of the nations.
Yeah, let me just bring up my one then. Yeah, so this is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 5, the tail end of verse 9. It says, ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God, Yahweh power, right? So he's the only power, or the only thing, which is our power, that you're meant to fear. That's what he's saying here. Because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies.
Because of the reproach.
Of the heathen, our enemies. So it's identifying who our enemies are.
right.
The heathens, who are the Goliaths.
Even when they remember the time when they, I think it's in Ezra, when they wanted to build with us, they said, we've got nothing to do with you.
Yes,
man."
yes, it is in Ezra. Yeah. But that was a crafty council because they wanted to undermine the
Yeah,
effort.
anyway, yeah, which is what they do today.
It's the same crafty concept.
It just says never trust thine enemy.
That's right.
Right.
That's the control 10, mate.
Yeah,
It always got an interior motive.
that's right.
Always. As far as I am
Selective, let's get some.
11 and 18.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 18, and it reads, and the nations were angry, and the wrath is come.
Oh, get started.
Yeah, I just put me off still. I wasn't sure what was going on right there. Looking a bit light on his feet.
Yeah.
This is
Walking
the
and mincing.
yeah, mixing it. Stretch forth neck. And then they're talking about woman.
And he's a dude. Yeah.
Walking and mincing, doing like a lady. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry.
And that's part of the craft of council too, because they're not telling you these things are wrong. They're promoting these things.
Why did the heathen rage?
That's right. I think I've got that as well.
It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, and they, Salakia, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets.
You're not going to get that reward if you don't enjoy. Yeah, if you're not serving him.
It says, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name,
See?
small and great,
That's right.
and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And how is this? Who destroyed the earth and how is it defiled?
That's
Numbers
right.
35 and 33.
Blood.
Who shed that blood, that innocent blood? That's all the other nations, man. Everyone has had us captive.
That's right.
Yeah. 2 Thessalonians 2, 7 to 13.
Look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
And it's a mystery to a lot of our people. Who is that's destroying the earth? Who is that's committing these witchcraft? Yeah, that's quickly read verse 3.
Look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
So it's a man, it's not no spirit under the earth with a pitchfork. It's an actual man that's deceiving
Yes?
the earth. That's destroying the earth. And it's a mystery to many of our people. That's why we come out to reveal that mystery to you.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed,
And
the
we're
son
doing
of perdition.
Yeah, we're doing that through this word, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shabbat Shai, we're revealing it. Jump to 7 again.
Look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Hold on a second. You wanna...
Yeah, I wanted, just for edification purposes, a word check on perdition. Because it's defined in a trait and a characteristic of this particular demonite. So, let's bring it out. Son of perdition, man of perdition.
Son of perdition.
Son of perdition. So demonite, that's it.
G684 says, destroying, utter destruction of vessels, a perishing
Right.
ruin.
We're the vessels of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You said it yourself. We're
Son of
the
destruction.
Yeah.
The born of wickedness.
That's what they are.
A perishing, ruin, destruction. Yes, the destruction which consists of eternal misery in hell. That's what you get.
Eternal. So that's the second death. That's you to God.
Yeah, that's what happens if this guy ain't revealed to you, man. You're going to end up in that.
Wow.
Yeah, go on.
Look at
7. Yeah.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
So this guy needs to be revealed, man.
He really does.
He is.
But he reveals himself.
Yeah, that's right. It says that.
If you have spiritual eyes, it's plain and clear.
Alright, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 16. There you go. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
That's right.
He will weep with his eyes. So, you know, he'll be like, oh, Dwayne, I'm sorry you lost your house, mate.
That type
You know
was
what I
in
mean?
that bulldozer.
I know, right?
And they seem to set it up and he like, hey, these are devils, man. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And now he pretend to help thee, he shall undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. Then he switches it all up, man. Yeah, I told that dirty guy, you know, I told him.
Look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8. And then,
Read that again,
for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will
so
let.
it's the Most High that's letting him do what he does, man. Yeah, the devil was loose for what? A season, man. Yeah, so the Most High is allowing him to do the wickedness, man. Yeah, because the wickedness that he's doing is our refining. As long as we endure through it, you know what I'm saying?
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
See, until he be taken, so, you know, that's a done deal there. Letting you know it's gonna happen, man.
Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy.
And that's starting now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's starting now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy
His mouthpiece. Hold on.
with the brightness of his coming. Verse 9?
Yeah, down to 13.
Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan,
See?
with all power and signs and lying wonders.
See, that's the witchcraft, man. So it looks good, as you said, he speaks sweetly with his lips. But in his heart, he imagined him as to throw it into a pit. That's them lying wonders, man. That's right. Hold on.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the
And
truth.
that's our people. They don't want to receive the love of the truth. They're into the here and now. Yeah? They ain't got no endurance. They're into the sprint. Sprint to the halfway line. Yeah.
Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
See? That you might be saved. Go on.
Verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion.
Your hip hop, your Christianity, your Islam. Yeah. These are all strong delusions.
And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
This is the way forward, man. This is the way walking in it. No, that's the wrong way. This is the way you should be walking in it.
Verse 12. That they all might be damned, who believe not the
Yeah,
truth.
who didn't want to endure to the end, man. Because part of that truth is you have to endure to the end to be saved.
That they all might be damned, who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Is that 30 there?
No, 13 coming up now. Verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for you, brethren, beloved of Yahweh, because power have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through the sanctification of spirit and belief of the truth.
And yeah, Rotterdam, we're part of that number, man. Yeah, we're gonna endure. And yeah, Rotterdam, it puts the spirit of endurance, because we can say we're gonna do whatever we want to say. The most I don't put the spirit upon you to do it, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, so yeah, Rotterdam, it puts the spirit upon us to endure to the end, so that we might be saved.
This is book of Baruch chapter 4 verse 31. It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
See, that's this kingdom, man. When you look at the latter end is total destruction.
Said, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
And what's the 180 to that? We're going to be rejoicing at their ruin.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from everlasting, long to endure. You're going to feel like forever, man. It says, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
This is why you have to end. This race ain't a carnal race.
No.
This fight ain't a carnal fight. It's a spiritual race and a spiritual fight.
See the spirit, can I say something about carnal? Because I'm hearing it all the time. When I hear carni is Latin for flesh, and the al or the Allah, that's power. So that's a fleshly power. That's what I'm hearing every time I hear carnal. So I just wanted to bring it out. Fleshly power. I don't. Yes, that's where carnivore comes from as well. Because carni means flesh. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers.
This is why you have to realize that we are those sheep and that worm.
That's right.
Yeah, we're wrestling against principalities, witchcraft,
Powers.
and we need the power to save us from these
That's
things.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he put us in this, like, we've been made the sheep and the worm so that we can have faith and trust.
So that we can rely on our
Yeah, because these can't withstand the predators.
No.
How's a worm going to withstand the bird? It's got no chance. The sheep going to withstand the wolf. It's like lambs to the slaughter.
There's a cartoon that my son
exactly.
It's called Superworm.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking
That's us, though.
Yeah, that's us.
that's the spirit. I was just thinking that.
Hero, you know.
But think about it though, super worm.
Sounds cheap. Well, the most has to be a thousand and foolish.
It's an oxymoron.
I suppose a worm is super at its job, though.
Well, that's what it does.
But
This is me boxing up the bird and them things there, you know what I'm saying?
Against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
This is why we need the Most High on our side, man, because the powers that's against us, and this is why you can't fight this fight carnally.
You can't fight spirit with carnal.
No, you can't.
We need that
Spirit,
that set apart spirit, that Holy Spirit. That's the only way we're going to be able to battle against these principalities, man. This wickedness and these wickedness in high places.
And we need the Father of spirits to do that, man. The Father of lights. You know, we need the Father of spirits to do that. Imagine, it says all souls are mine. You know? No, I was going to bring that out.
Numbers 23 and 24. Yeah.
Yeah, when you got the Father of spirits on your side, Yeah, and you're going up against witchcraft.
Yeah, no enchantment. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, your iPhone. Neither is there any divination against Israel, Yasharala.
That's why we don't need to worry about those spiritual wickedness in high places. If you're enjoying keeping faith, showing patience, doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we got that edge, the Lord at the front, and the God of Israel at the rear one. You know what I'm saying?
Understanding what the Yahweh have given Yahweh Shai charge over all the spirits,
That's right.
left hand side and right hand side. They said even the devils tremble.
Yeah.
So
And they will come upon us to test us, but they will never overcome us. We will overcome them, like it says, he that overcometh. So we'll be able to overcome them. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and they will not be able to prosper or overcome us because we are the Lord has got that hedge about us, like the brother said. You know?
But there's that account in the scriptures where this guy, I think he saw Peter then casting out devils and doing all kind of things.
he said, he's something called shepherds.
Yeah, no, not that one. Because this guy must have tried a thing, and he goes, like he said, Paul I know, Peter I know. Oh, yeah. You know, he's trying to come up some other way, you know what I'm saying? Like, the spirits them know, you know what I'm saying? They know, that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say.
And that's the base, because we can attest to that, man.
That's
Being
right.
out here, you know, week in, week out, we deal with certain spirits,
That's
man.
right.
Hand side and left hand side. Those spirits know us.
That's right.
They know the spirit that dwell, you know, that's why, you know, when we see some of the craziest stuff out here. But we understand that it's spiritual, man, especially when the word of Yahweh Shai is coming out. I just remembering, I don't know if you brothers remember, there's that demon, there's that guy around, he's got these are demons on him, right? He's always in Brookside, talking, he's always talking in different language sometimes.
Oh, that brother, that
I see him.
Go, brother, we got
I see him in he was in middle yesterday, just chatting. I was gonna say he ain't got time. He fed up with pulling school. Yeah.
He's going, but he's gone.
He's wearing a blonde wig yesterday.
He's way gone.
Also the spirit that's holding JJ, she don't come out in the winter.
Yeah, you know
That stays warm. That spirit stays warm.
It's a Caribbean spirit.
But like you were saying,
I know, right?
like you were saying about these spirits, like we'll be out here, that's teaching someone. You know, they're just giving it up. You know what I'm saying?
It's a spirit. It's all spiritual first.
We understand that, but at times we've even entertained angels.
That's right.
Yes.
In the actual Shemayim, here on the
Can I get the precept to the last one?
Yeah, bring it up.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai,
That's right.
and there shall no torment touch them.
That's right.
Perfect precept. It
really
is.
That's right, man.
Ain't no torment gonna touch the service of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. Bring it again? Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, and there shall no torment touch them.
The souls, man. All souls are mine. All souls are mine, man.
He said,
Yeah, bring it up.
this is John chapter 10, verse 28. It says, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
That's right.
Because Yahweh have given them unto Yahweh Shai.
That's right. It's not the strength of man that can do such things. It all goes back to the Heavenly Father.
And Yahweh Shai has never lost any that the Most High has.
Read 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Read that again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 2.
Bring it out.
For he,
No, read from 1 again. Go
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter
3, verse 1 and 2.
3, verse 1.
1 and 2.
I'll get you. Yeah. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh Shem Yashai, where shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise,
This is Isaiah 57:1, man.
in the sight of the unwise, they seemed to die.
Hold that. Oh. You see? Yeah. Wait there. Isaiah 57:1.
Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 1, and it reads, the righteous perisheth, and no man lay it to heart, and merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
They just say, oh, you mean my man dead? I thought he was a man of the Lord.
And the switch side to it is that we're considered dead to the people of the
That's
world.
right, anyway.
Yes.
We're of the world.
Well, we are dead to the world.
Well, yeah.
And the world is dead to us as well.
Yeah, read verse 2 again.
Yeah.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery.
Jump to 4.
Verse 4.
Why you don't want to come out with us?
Verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Read on.
And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh,
What? You need that patience.
That's right. Yeah.
for Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
That's right. Read on.
Verse 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering.
Go on.
And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Last verse
It's a
8.
stubble, man.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion.
26.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people,
That's right.
and their power shall reign forever.
That's right. Oh, look,
He's after him, he's after him, he's after him. No chance, bro. They got no chance.
How the hell did he manage to that? Just walk past him and then turn around and try to
He's gone. They're not going to catch him back now. They're
No.
I take picture with you.
With us.
Huh?
We're not up here for entertainment.
Okay?
No.
Why?
We're not up here for entertainment. We're not circus.
Where are you from then? Where are you
Saudi Arabia.
from?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
What problem?
The problem is that why do you want to take a
Because
picture?
you good dress.
Dress.
Yes.
Well, look.
Good look.
Thank you. But we don't want a picture. We don't want a picture. Thank you.
Why?
No.
Only tell me why, but
Sorry?
tell me
Wants
why.
to know why.
Why? Because, like I said, we're not
The
up
life
here
is simple.
we're up here for a serious matter. That's right. We're out here for our people. Alright? We're not entertainment.
That's right. Next, you're going to ask us if we're singing a song.
Send a picture to our family. See the things guys.
Isn't it? Yeah, let me read that last verse again. We saw in print 8, they shall judge the nations and have dominion.
Yes.
They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign. I will love you. Yeah, so like I said, Israel, man, this is an endurance race. You know, the first precept we brought out, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. And your endurance is going to show that you had faith and you had patience. You know, you're willing to be that sheep, that worm, that metamorph, into that super worm. You know? That super worm, man.
Precept.
Yeah.
Before the brother brings it up. So we go next week. Oh, okay, nice. This is the book of Romans 12 and 12. It says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation,
That's right.
continuing instant in prayer.
Hear that?
This is Romans again, 8 and 25. It says, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
28, 28.
This is Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And it reads, and we know that all things work together. It says, and we know that all things work together for good. Okay, I want to express the point there. All things,
That's right, that's right.
whether it feels good, it looks good or not, or it hurts, man. It says,
My counsel shall stand.
stand. Right. Faith, man. And we know it that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh Shai, to them who are called according to his purpose.
Elect.
Right.
All things going to work together for good to the elect, man.
Right.
The elect's
Known
going
as Yahweh Ratas.
yeah. The elect's going to endure. They're going to have that faith. They're going to show patience. Yeah. They're going to what is it, unto death again? Endure.
Endure
unto death.
There's something else you want to do.
Give their life.
faithful.
Be faithful.
Be
unto
faithful.
death.
Come on. Give her a crown of life.
That's right.
Proud of life, man, and that's what
That's right.
we hear.
So this is the book of Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. And you read, the preparation of the heart is man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh. And I'll precept that with Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 9. And it reads, a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord Yahweh directeth his steps. And then I'll precept that again with one of the new ones that I found in the same chapter. So this is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing, which actually means decision, therefore is of the Lord Yahweh. And then I'll precept that again with Proverbs chapter 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And then I'll finish off,
Meaning he does what he wants.
because he's the man of war.
See?
I don't know
Another
everything
reason you
else.
should endure.
Until the end. And I'll finish it off with Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. And it reads, man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own ways?
It's the book of Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21. And it reads, there are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of Yahweh that shall stand.
That's right.
This book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Precept that with
And by the way, it says living because he's the power of the living, not the dead.
These other gods are the gods
Of the dead, that's right.
and they're no gods.
They're la'a.
That's right.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh, he shall tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
That's right.
Right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. It says, the eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 19, and it reads, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. And I'll get one more precept. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 19. And it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
That's right.
And knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
Did you know that, mommy? God's eyes are brighter than the sun. He sees everything.
And knows everything.
This is Psalms 111 verse 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding of all they that do his commandments. His praise
endureth forever.
That's what he does, isn't it?
Yes.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion
of the whole matter.
He said, when all is said and done, and this is the conclusion of all the lessons that we brought before.
So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Every Israelite man, woman and child.
That's right.
Says, for Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So like the Akwa says, your brothers may not know what you're doing, but Yahweh knows what you're doing.
That's right.
And he'll recompense you for it, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
That's right.
Yeah, and with that, Israel, we're going to close out. We're going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Kadash, Kwamash.
Mawafna babao.
Abadna baba.
Shalom,
What
shalom.
does it do? We
Shalom, shalom.
out.